Hello and welcome to day 14 of the Halloween Craft Countdown, where I'm releasing a brand new Cricut craft every day for the whole of October. Today we're making these layered decorations, and these are really fun and there are so many different designs to choose from. So these are actually in the Cricut Access subscription, and I'll show you where to find them in a moment. So I have cut out loads of the different ones, and then I have double-sided them and added all the layers with 3D foam pads to make these fun three-dimensional decorations. Now you could hang these somewhere in your home, or you could string them all together to create some bunting. It's entirely up to you. So let's go ahead and find out where to find them in Design Space. First, we need to find our images. So click Images in the left, and then when you get to this screen, under highlighted categories, click the bottom link which says Image Sets. Now this takes you into the image sets. They used to be called cartridges, but Cricut renamed them. So now we can search in this search box for Halloween scenes and hit enter. You'll then get these different options, but the one we want is this first one called Mini Halloween Scenes. So click into that and then it will show you all of the different ones. If you subscribe to Cricut Access, so you pay the monthly fee, you'll be able to select and cut all of these for free. If you don't pay for Cricut Access, then there will be a little charge to be able to use these images. So these are really cool to use for decorations because each one's only 3 layers and they're kind of fairly simple designs, so you can make them quite small. So I'm going to choose some of these. I'm going to choose the pumpkins, the ghost, the cat, the vampire and the skull. I could have chosen any of these, but I think the ones with the circle around them tend to work better because you've got a nice frame to work with. For these ones, like the green ones without that border, it's just a little bit harder to stick them together. So I've chosen the 5 that I want and I'll click Insert Images and it will load them all onto my canvas. So you can see each one is 3 separate layers, a black, a dark orange and a light orange. These are quite big at the moment, so I need to resize them to fit on my decorations. And I found a good size to do is 3.5 inches in width. Any smaller than that, and some of the cuts get a little bit tricky to do with your Cricut. So 3.5 inches is a good size. So I'm just going through each one and resizing it using the box at the top. Just type 3.5 in there, and it will make it smaller. Right, there we go. Those are all 3.5 inches wide. I need to make a copy of them because my decorations are going to be double-sided, so I want to add the pictures on the front and the back. The easiest way to do that is to group these 5 together. So click on one of them in the Layers panel, press Ctrl on your keyboard and choose all of the other ones. So I'm selecting the top name. So for example, where this one says Halloween Ghost Badge, with my Control key down, I'm just going to click that and then click the cat one underneath. And now I have all 5 selected. Another way you can do it is just to click and drag and box all the way around them. At the top of the Layers panel, press the Group button. And now all of these are grouped together, which means I can right click and duplicate, and it's going to do a copy of all of them at the same time, which is nice and quick. This is now ready to cut, so I can click Make It and it will arrange everything for me. I'm going to change my paper size to A4 because I don't have any 12 by 12 in the right size. So once I've done that, in total it'll be 6 sheets of paper that I need. So I can go ahead, cut this out with my cardstock and then see how to assemble it all together. Here is my pumpkin decoration ready to stick together. So each side is 3 layers. I've got a black layer, a bright orange and a dark orange. And I'm going to stick these together with 3D foam pads to give them some depth and dimension. I've also got a piece of twine which is going to be the holder for the decoration. And then the matching one from the back, I've already stuck this together so you can see the layers on that one. So for this one, I'm going to start with the bright orange bit and turn it upside down and just add some of these 3D foam pads to the back. So I'll just put some of these around the edge, and then I am cutting my foam pads to make them smaller so that I don't use up so many. I think one in the middle. Then I can peel the tops off to reveal this stickiness underneath, and then turn it upside down and stick it to the dark orange circle. So try and line it up as well as you can, and then move on to the black one. So I'm just going to check I've got this the right way round, and then turn it upside down, and again we're going to add some foam pads. This can be a bit tricky on some of these top layers as they get narrow in places. So you may need to cut your foam pads even smaller because you don't want the foam to go over any of the gaps in the card, otherwise you'll see it when you have assembled your decoration. So I've just cut these pieces even thinner, and I'm going to try and find some spaces to add them to so that I get a nice firm stick all the way around my decoration, and I know it's not going to come apart. So these bits are really thin, and I think just a couple there and there should do it. Okay, so peel off the tops and then turn it upside down and line it up with the bright orange layer and push down to seal. So now for all of the decorations you should have two versions, which is going to be a front and a back, and then we're going to stick them back to back. But before we do that, we need to add the twine at the top to be the hanger. So make sure that the top of your design is facing upwards, and then take some foam pads and put 3 on. So 1 at the bottom and then 1 on each of the sides, and then if you want to you can put 1 in the middle as well. Leave the top bit blank because we're going to use our glue gun for that. So I'm just peeling off the tops of the foam, and then with a glue gun I'm going to put a bit of glue along the top and then press my twine into the glue. So I tried several different methods when I was testing these. So I tried it with glue gun, I tried it with just normal sticky tape and double-sided tape. Stringy glue gun, I hate it when that happens. And I found that a glue gun was the best. It gives the best stability when it's dry so that these strings don't just pull out. When I tried just using sticky tape, I gave it a little bit of a tug and the string just came apart. So glue gun is the best. And once you've added it there, then add some more glue to the top and around the twine to make sure it's going to be really well stuck. And then bring your other side of the decoration whilst that glue is still nice and hot and push it on. So that's going to stick to the foam pads on the sides in the middle, and then the glue gun at the top. And because the glue gun sits raised from the surface, it means it's all going to be flat when you take into account the other foam pads. So I'm just going to push that down, make sure it's nice and firmly stuck together. And then that is the decoration finished. So you can see all the layers here. And then it's got this nice string, and once that glue is properly dry, that string is not going anywhere. So that was how you make one of these hanging decorations. If you make a little collection, then you can put them up in your home. So I have this little white tree, which was actually from my wedding, but I tend to reuse it for the holidays. So you can see now I've got all my Halloween decorations on there, and some little fairy lights too. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more crafting videos, including a brand new Halloween project every day for the whole of October. Thank you for watching.